Hey guys, and welcome back to another Woodbrew video.
In this week's video, we're trying to maximize our space by turning this wall from this to this.
Let's get started. The folks at the Container Store reached out to us a few months ago to see if we'd be interested in checking out their newest addition to their product line, Gladiator, as well as a longtime favorite, the Elfa shelving system. We sent the size of the area where we could use more storage over to the Container Store's in-house designer. Their design included cabinet storage as well as an entire wall unit with shelving. We decided to install the system ourselves, but the Container Store does offer an installation service if you prefer that. We are first installing the Elfa top tracks. This track is what everything will be attached to, so we have to take our time and make sure the track is level before continuing. The kit came with drywall anchors, but we have solid sheeting on the walls, so we did not have to worry about that. We did, however, make sure that several of the mounting screws were into studs. Once that is screwed into place, we can start sliding on the Elfa standards. We have 3 60-inch standards and 2 20-inch standards. This will allow a tall cabinet to fit under the 20-inch standards. This will make more sense later. This is where a ton of accessories and customization can come into play. We are attaching these utility boards right into the easy hang standards. They actually click into place so you know they are good and secure. These will also help get everything square for the rest of the assembly process. Now we can start add-in shelving. These brackets are so simple. They slide into the easy hang standards as well with the positive click. Make sure you place them at the same height from standard to standard. All the shelving components will slide into these brackets and be firmly secured. These ventilated wire shelves will be so nice to have when there's dust flying around all the time. The dust can just fall through to the floor and get swept up later. These shelves are also super simple to install. They just get slid into mounting slots in the brackets and are firmly held in place. These are a little difficult to get lined up, but once in place you don't have to worry about them moving. Next, we're going to install the brackets for our lumber rack. We haven't had a place to store lumber in such a long time that this feels like a treat. These are the same brackets as everywhere else, but these get the utility bracket post added to them so wood can sit right on the brackets and will also keep wood from falling over the edge. We decided we wanted the tool utility boards to be a bit lower. All you need to do to remove them is get a flathead screwdriver to pop the hook on the back side out. Then you can move them to wherever you want. After moving the tool holder wall, we added a couple more shelves right above. We added covers to the ends and shelf liners as well. Now we can finally start adding in some of our smaller, most used tools with accessory hooks, as well as the part bends for our most used screws. These slide into the slots on the utility board and click into place. Once in place, they are very secure. We also added in a top track cover to hide all the screws and make a nice clean finished look. This cover also keeps the standards an equal distance apart. Everything is now coming together with the gearbox cabinets from Gladiator. We have 2 tall cabinets and 2 small mobile cabinets with a work surface. The taller cabinets also come with leveling feet, so you are sure to have a steady and square cabinet. We opted for the casters on the smaller cabinets to keep them mobile. It's amazing how well the Elfa system and Gladiator cabinets work together to create a seamless look. Now that all the big stuff is all put in place, we can start filling up all the shelves and cabinets. We have all of our chemicals and easy to leak items in a tall, weather-tight tote. We also have paper towels in a tote so no dust can ruin them, as well as all of our paint supplies. So one thing that we really like about this system is this wire shelving. We have had shelves in our shop before and they really just collect dust, but these are open, so if the dust does get up there, it'll just fall through and you can just clean it up off the floor. But on these, they have this like mat in here, so the dust from this can fall to here and won't get in our screws.
Yeah, these are also movable, so you can just easily pop out the bracket and move them up or down whenever you need to. So again, they're just shelves, but the fact that they're wire is pretty cool. I don't know if I've seen that in a shop or not, and it's like readily available, but I thought that was a pretty cool feature of these for a workshop atmosphere. Yeah. I never really thought about that, how good that could be. While we're on the topic of shelving, you can also see that we have like wood rack up there. So they're the same brackets that the shelves sit on, but they have like these plastic pieces that go over them that kind of give that end cap. And yeah, so you can use them as lumber racks. I don't actually know what the weight capacity is on each one of those shelves, but I'd imagine it's pretty high. But what I like about these over some of the other solutions we've had in the past that are bought from the store is that you just have to level the one track at the top, and then each one of these arms that come down just slide on. So like with previous ones, they're individual racks, and you have to level from rack to rack to rack, and when you have like 4 or 5 of the pegs, it becomes a nightmare to get them all perfectly aligned. Whereas with this, you know, you just have the single track. So it was pretty easy. I thought that was a really cool thing. So like if you're just looking for lumber storage, you could take all of this shelving off and just do those racks and have just a bunch of lumber storage. Or like in our case, we like having these shelves for a little bit of lumber storage because like smaller pieces can go up there.
One other thing that I really like about the lumber storage is those caps on the top. The end piece is like maybe 4 inches, so wood can't fall off on you.
Yeah.
Another thing that we really like about this system is these cabinets. We've never really had cabinets in our shop before, but it is a complete game changer. We can keep all of our finishes in one spot, all of our dusty tools in another, and keep all the sawdust isolated.
Yeah, so like for instance, these smaller cabinets down here, these are all tools that like after you're done using them, you walk away with them and they generally have some dust on them, like a circular saw. So all of those are in these 2 cabinets. And so if there is dust on that tool, it's in that cabinet and it's not on everything else. Like prior to this, if we had the drawer or any other system of storage and we put like say our circular saw back onto the wall, it would like drop dust down onto everything below it. And so, I mean, again, these are just cabinets, but for us not having cabinets before, it's been really nice having them. And also I like that these are kind of roll around and that they have the work surface on top. One thing I wish that these had that they don't is, so these are like an accessory. This is like an additional thing that comes with it, but there's not mounting holes here. So we're just gonna drill a hole down through there and then we can screw the top in from the bottom. That'd be my only thing to say about these cabinets. Overall, they're really great. I think that they're easily expandable. Like, yeah, they're nice.
Another thing is that we wish that the taller cabinets had like one more shelving that came with them. Just
there's 3 shelves in there. I wish there was 4. You could probably order more shelves. I could be wrong there, but I would assume you can. But yeah, these are just super nice, pretty high quality cabinets. And cabinets are not something I really want to build, especially just for like a shop application. So these are fairly inexpensive for like a really nice looking cabinet as well. And like I think they come in different colors and everything like that. Lastly, I want to talk about the wall storage solution here. You guys know we've tried out a bunch of different wall storage solutions from different companies and things that we've made and things like that. So here's the real thoughts on this system. So I would say that this system is pretty on par with most other things that we've used. I haven't found any real negatives. I haven't found anything that's just like taking it over the top. There is one thing I'll say that's really good about this that some of the other storage solutions are kind of bad about, is that these hooks are really in there. So the accessories that are on this, they have, well, let me pop one out. They have a little hook on the back. So when it slides in, you have to force this down, and when it forces down, there's a hook that goes around the back and grabs it. And I mean, to the point where it feels like you're breaking it when you put it on and when you're taking it out. So when you put these on, they're not gonna come off, which is really nice. Some of the other tool systems we've had, when you went to pick up a tool like this, if you like accidentally picked up on that, you would knock the thing out. So this one doesn't do that nearly as bad. We haven't really had to do it at all. I think it's possible, but it's definitely a lot better than I think some of the other systems we've had. The storage bins, I like that they come in 2 sizes.
Yeah.
I like that they're a little bit frosted and not super clear. And I also like that these have like this opening here, so that when you stack the taller ones close to each other, you can still reach in without having to take the whole thing off. These are equally as difficult to get off. I wish that they were slightly easier, these ones, just because I like to take these off, but just so you know, those don't come off easily either. Everything about this system seems to lock in place really well, which I've liked a lot.
Yeah.
Compared to other systems, this one definitely has better locking mechanisms in general across the board. So I want to be real with y'all and give y'all any form of cons that we have about this system. And when I say cons, it's acorn. All right, and lastly, we're going to tell you about the cons. Now, obviously, we're being paid to talk about this, but we are trying to be as transparent as humanly possible whenever we do these sort of reviews. So these are going to be cons that are kind of based around other systems we've used and just things in general as a comparison. Some of these may not even be cons to you, but just things that have jumped out to us. And some of these are really particular to what we got and can be fixed in other ways. So, con number one. I wish that these posts had screw holes in them. Some of the other systems, you have the option to screw them straight in, as well as mount them in the other various ways. Now, they do have brackets that will pop in here, and then you can screw into the wall to the side. But these do not have a way to easily mount them. So, like, I can pull that off the wall a little bit. Because there's so much weight on this, like, they don't really move. Like, that's me putting a lot of force onto it. So it's not like it's scary or anything like that, but I do wish there was another mounting option easily available.
And con number two is something that we've already talked about, is that we wish that there was more shelving in the standard cabinets right here, and also that these can be mounted to this tabletop.
All right, so here's our overall thoughts, and like many of the other systems we've tried on this channel, we really enjoy it, and that's because we spend time kind of thinking about what we need, and this system in particular was specifically designed to, what we needed in the shop for storage solutions. So that's one of the big advantages of systems that are modular like this one, is that you can literally pick out exactly what you need for your space. So would we recommend this to others? Absolutely. We think the product is really amazing. It all comes down to what you need in your space for what you're doing. And this is not even close to all the amount of storage solutions that both Elfa and Gladiator make. So you might go on their website and find that there's something that fits your needs even better than what we're doing here. So go check out the link in the description below if you're interested in having a system like this. The people at the Container Store Anyway, the people at the Container Store are really nice, and they can help you kind of design something for your space, and also if you need help installing it, they have those services available too.
And they also have a ton of pictures so you can see like all the other options that you can possibly have.
Yeah, they have kits, like full-blown kits, or you can straight up design something from individual components. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please let us know down in the description below, and we will start doing some more of these reviews again. I know we got off track with the whole moving the shop and everything like that, but we really do enjoy it because it's hard to get a great look at products like this when they're not being used in like a real space and atmosphere. So we think that it adds value. Please let us know if it does to you or not, and we will see you guys next week.